Does your insurance cover damage from riots? Well, in today's video, we're going to look at how your insurance is going to respond with regards to homeowners, personal auto, business insurance, and landlord insurance. And we're going to take a look at all of that coming up next. Hey folks, Jack Wingate here, and on this channel, we help individuals, families, and businesses save money on their insurance, help you understand insurance just a little bit better, and let you know what's going on in the insurance industry. And have you ever asked yourself, am I covered if my property gets damaged during a violent protest or a riot? Well, we're going to attempt to answer that question as best as we can today. But before we start, I want to give you a disclaimer. The disclaimer goes something like this. We cannot make a blanket statement as to every situation that may or may not arise and result in a claim. And in fact, when we reached out to all of our carriers about whether or not riot was covered on these particular policies that we're discussing today, everyone came back with an answer that was very similar. And it sounded something like this. As a company rule, we cannot advise whether coverage would exist or not exist for any particular situation. We suggest you advise your clients to file a claim and let a determination be made there. Seriously, we got that from 5 different carriers when asking about whether or not riot would be included. Now, as we've gone through an insurance career, we've done study, we know certain things, but again, not every situation is black and white. So obviously you can't say with a blanket yes or no whether everything is included, would be included or covered. So we're going to do our best today to do one thing, and that's to give you a little peace so you can rest well at night. So let's start with our homeowners. In North Carolina, the majority of home insurance is written on one of 2 forms, and that's the HO3 and the HE7. Now, if you own a mobile home or a condo policy, different forms, I'm not going to speak to that. But with regards to the HO3 and the HE7, both of those policies are what are called special form policies. And that simply means that everything is included as far as things insured against. Everything's included unless it is specifically excluded. So we suggest looking through your individual policies and looking for the actual individual exclusions. But to save you a little time, none of the policies that we've seen, and again, this is going to vary from carrier to carrier, none of it excludes damage as a result of riot. So that would be something that would be covered. Again, caution, we can't speak to every situation, but in general, your homeowners would cover any property that you had that was damaged as a result of riot. Now, the next one would be your personal auto insurance. This is a little different. On a personal auto policy, every single car has liability on the policy, but you can choose whether or not each car has physical damage coverage. And physical damage coverage, sometimes called full coverage, exists when there is comprehensive coverage and collision coverage. Some other people have different definitions of full coverage, but for our purposes, we're going to say that a car has physical damage coverage when it has comprehensive and collision. The comprehensive portion of your automobile insurance for that particular vehicle would cover damage as a result of riot. So if you have a vehicle, it's out on the street, it gets damaged by rioters or violent protests, and it has liability only, that vehicle is not covered. However, if you do have comprehensive, chances are it would be covered under that coverage, subject to your deductible. Now, We're going to look at the next two because these are the ones that we have gotten the most questions on. Business insurance and landlord insurance. And realistically, most of the time, business policies and landlord policies are on a similar form, sometimes the same type of policy form. Now, for policies that are written in our agency, I can say this with probably 95% accuracy, that our commercial business owners policies are all written on a special form. There are some caveats with some odd businesses, and again, you need to ask your agent whether or not this pertains to you. But the majority of all business owners policies are on a special form, which means unless riot is specifically excluded, it would be included. So if your store, let's say downtown, you get damage, rioters bust through the windows, loot your store, you would have coverage for the resulting damage under most special form business owners policies. So then that leaves us with landlords. And with landlords, you can be either things like apartments or rental homes, or you could actually be the owner of a commercial building, maybe that houses that retail establishment. Once again, every policy is a little different, but for the most part, most of these policies are written on special form business owners policies that would not specifically exclude riot, therefore it would be covered. I hope this has been a little helpful for you, let you sleep well at night, but please remember, every situation is different. We highly suggest that you contact your agent if you have questions. Please understand that the answer they give you back will more than likely be, we won't know for sure unless we file a claim. But we want to make sure that you could feel a little easiness in uncertain times. Hey guys, if you've gotten any value at all from this video, please click up here and subscribe to our channel. You can also view some of our You Ask, We Answer series questions. We try to answer questions down here that come up commonly like this. And as always, take it easy.